Well, here's how this section came out for right now. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's better than a rough grade, but it still needs a little bit of topsoil or dirt, and I got to do a little hand raking around there. So I got these little 3-inch pipes kind of underneath most of the sidewalks, just because with the grade of everything, they're almost higher than what it is over there. So initially I would like to bring in enough dirt and kind of build it up and kind of run over the top of the sidewalk, but since a lot of this stuff's already established, we just kind of got to roll with it. So I got me a little swell cut here. Like I said, there's a 6-inch pipe there, and then there's one right over to the right of that tree, so then everything's just kind of shaped as a bowl where it'll drain down and drain over to those. I'm probably going to go around the same way on that other side. I think they're actually going to take that mulch and get rid of the grass over this whole thing right here, and then just kind of go from that corner to the building, and that'll be grass up there. But we're just going to try to get it where there's dirt up to the top of the sidewalk, just because it's going to be a tripping hazard. Because I mean, you know, kids and people and stuff like that, they're not going to stay on the sidewalk all the time, so get somebody running across here. So don't want to catch a toe or anything like that, but I got to get some better dirt from across the street, because this is still a lot of that clay and junk, but it's kind of roughed in. I got to rake the edges, and then we can just kind of top dress it with some of the better stuff. I think he's going to do a couple more pallets of sod, and then maybe just seed this stuff out here, and it'll be the same thing when I get to this point. It'll just kind of have the dirt will kind of just taper down just to, you know, fill that edge in. He's putting some riprap along there where it's steeper, but then about where that stand is, it'll just turn to dirt, and then it'll just kind of feather out into there, and that may be going to have dirt on it and sod, or there may be some landscaping on there. I'm not 100% sure. So that's how the hills are coming out if the sun's not glaring down. That grass is green. So they got the other 7 or 8 pallets on the backside. That's what they're watering right now. But yeah, all this stuff right here is rooted in, and that's about the only thing that loves humidity and 100-degree weather is Bermuda grass. So okay, well, now I'm gonna kind of start. I'm gonna see how muddy it is along the north side of the track where we left some of that dirt and junk like that. Maybe I can get the loader in there and start trying to slick those ditches up. So that's what we're gonna do to finish out the day. I think that's what I'll work on tomorrow too, is starting to kind of focus around both sides of the train track just to reshape some of my ditches, because with the weather and then those guys running that backhoe and stuff, some of the ditches further down that way kind of got a little messed up or whatever. So now we can go in there and clean everything up. So, and I think the train cars are supposed to start showing up the end of this week, and I believe the engine possibly next week. So we were getting close. So now it's down to getting this place looking better. So it'll all be ready when the train shows up. Well, this is going to be the hard part now. It's got grass over everything, but yeah, this is just all the rough stuff. I'm gonna have to rake out some of the roots, but you can kind of see the piles and the junk that I didn't get to before. This isn't too bad up here, but we're gonna come in here and kind of cut a swell along here, and I think we've actually decided, since the track's built up high enough and I kind of got these ditches along here, it'll be actually better to just kind of regrade and reshape this junk through here and let it just run down and hit these pipes. So like everything from this pipe up, I'll just kind of slick up and reshape and make sure it kind of veers into this, and then it'll kind of, the grade may go up a little bit, and then I'll slick all that off down. There's actually 2 more before that next curve. So it's gonna basically rip out all the grass and stuff like that here again, but it won't take it long to grow back over it, and plus it'll look a lot nicer and kind of dress it up. I may even build some of it up along that rock and just use the dirt, maybe kind of kick that ditch out a little bit just to kind of help, because that got real tall. So just to kind of help hold some of the rock on there, and it won't really hurt anything now. I mean, we're plenty high, and just kind of push the ditch back this way and then into there. So I'll try to set the camera up as best I can, but it'll look a lot better when it's done, but it's really hard to tell what it looks like right now. my progress down here. It doesn't look like much, but it's still pretty wet, as you can tell. And my footage in this video is probably a little lacking just because, I don't know, it was just kind of a slow, tedious deal. Most of it was piled up here. I had to bucket it down here. It was just real muddy, and there's too many trees. So, and this was like the most aggravating part to even attempt to try to grade out here, because every time I back up or turn, you almost hit a tree. So, and you can tell it is very roughed in. Probably tomorrow I may start in with the excavator. I want to sit just on the other side of the track and kind of try to tamp that down, or use the grading bucket and slick that up a little bit. Then I'll probably get it in here and come around some of these trees and clean that up. But I've pretty much done all the way down the north side, about where the grass starts right there again. That's where those hills start and work our way around. So I need to do a little bit of touching up to them, but for the most part, I just need to let this dry for a couple days and kind of slick this up. Oh, I'm not going to worry about anything back in there. We really didn't do anything. If I got to mow it again. Oh, this property has like a ditch or whatever that runs down to it, and this was like 2 feet low right here, and that all ran into here. So it used to just seep through here, and then that's what kind of saturated this. So I filled that in, tracked it in. It's really hard to tell with all this brush, but you can kind of see up there, and then it just dropped down to here and then went back up there. So it's kind of going to be dammed up there, and hopefully it'll just take off down that way. But then I'll end up, if it did fill up, I put the berm back just to kind of match in with what's there. So what water does come through, maybe it'll hit the backside and run on down there. I got a couple trees and junk to clean up, but maybe just not completely overload that one pipe underneath there. Yeah, this is where we're at for now. So at least it does look better than all the brush, and it's starting to dry out a lot. So I think when they let this grow up, I don't know if I'll mow everything, or like I said earlier, it may just be two swipes or so on both sides of the tracks, just to kind of have it manicured and stuff like that. But at least if we do have to mow more of this, it's not going to be so rough. So all right, well, we're going to pull that back up to the building, fuel it up, grease it up, and pick it up tomorrow. So appreciate you guys watching.